Hey everyone, and welcome back to Comic Studio once again. And we might not going to be thinking before we're going to begin of this video that I just completely say. In the last video, we already checked out or reviewed for the Anton Blast Comic Studio, but unfortunately it was being taken down for some sort of copyrights, and that wasn't going to be a fortunately thing. That something was absolutely going to suing Comic Studio, which means Nintendo might going to be suing this as well, including for Super Mario. I'm not going to be doing this for literally whatsoever. So we already finishing that. I just completely added a little bit for this far, and I not going to be able to be saying for this a little bit amount of longer as well. Added something even ridiculous throughout in the previous video, and for this day as well. And especially earlier for this day, that I never believed that we're going to be finding out of this situation. Unless there must be still Anton Blast Comic Studios that founded on for some sort of clones like themselves, or even copies from the original Anton Blast Comic Studio, or the comic creator itself from the Anton Blast as well. I never believed that this isn't going to be for such as one easily that tried to do so. Anyways, we're in the trading card game. And yes, this won't be able to be for the last scheduled video yet as well, when I just completely announcing for April 16, this day. And I wouldn't be able to be saying for this thing as well. It wouldn't be the last day that before that we're going to be saying for this thing as well. So we turn on the spoilers, and we got for the cards from anything as well. So this is the in-card game. We're started out for this thing as well. Started with for some cards, and even for some kind of like those things as well. Starting around with Syrupy, the creator for moderating of those things as well. He runs for a comic studio for 3 to 4 years, but I never seen to be quietly like this as well from 2021 to 2025, since I just started out of this channel. Before that, I just completely started out that almost 5 years of making content of motorsports and many custom things as well for something creative. So, and most of the cards to find like this thing as well for the cards in this series. So, even that having 4 cards you created to put in around here to contact Silver Velvet with a request for a series. This is absolutely for the 2 things as well for the card series as well, which means this is actually going to be for a few types or like those things. There is the submitted sprites available right here. So it got a whole bunch of submitted sprites, which includes for around for the charities random stuff, which is absolutely a little bit weird. This is another one for possibly that we just completely that we're never gonna be able to say this, and I'm not very sure. This is absolutely for an upgrade monster. I never guessed that we're going to be trying to tell you why as well. So let's start it around with the Silver Velvet card. And that concludes around for some kind of unknown monster, White Choco Cookie, and Rye Cookie. Another one could be for the cards Biopsy Poop 80, which means Kirby and Just a Bomb. Another one for some kind of cards like this, it was cards by Footy Montanus, anime cards. I'm not very sure, this isn't going to be for 100% sure, which means it's some kind of sketches. Cards by Onion Rabbit, which concludes for Corrupt Cookie Run character, which means a birthday ghost, or a corrupt birthday cake cookie. Unknown characters like for the Onion Moreno, Moon Dancer, for one thing, and I'm not pretty sure if it those some kind of unknown characters like themselves. Candy, or I mean, Lollipop Candy Cookie, and even for the old picture for some kind of, for the kids' picture like this, for some sort of a little bit of posters as well. Another one in cards by Green Hatter, like those things, from any of those things as well, from Sonic the Hedgehog, the Robo Sonic, or Mechanical Sonic as well, or some kind of Metal Sonic. There is Eggman, or the Dr. Eggman as well. Even there must be some kind of enemies as well. Supra Sonic. There must be Chaos Emeralds. There must be Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Big the Cat, and Neo Metal Sonic. Well, that card was ridiculous, and another one could be for a little bit for some kind of average crepe fan made by cards as well, for this thing as well. Cards made by your average crepe fan and characters by Charity Fox, and which means some kinds of characters who are made from Charity's random stuff, which is features Clotted Cream Cookie, Cotton Candy, Herb Cookie, and Sherbet Cookie, which is completely a little bit ugly or weird. The cards by New 2234, which is absolutely reference to my singing monsters and unknown things like the robot and eyes and the color wheel. And that wasn't gonna be a little bit good as well. Another one, that cards by Big Brain as well. Even that features the Big Brain as well. And even besides around popcorn, amber sugar, and butter pretzel cookie. The Book of Spirits, like those things. The book from some kind of one thing as well. And it's gotta be from Cookie Run Kingdom or Oven Break. Another one, it's the OC cookie that made by something else. That must be an unknown another person, like this thing as well. I'm not gonna be pretty sure. This isn't going to be for such as a little bit real. And another one was actually for another OC character, which completely features more than absolutely Red Velvet Cookie and the Black Velvet Nether Cookie, which is actually, even for this time as well, features Choo Choo Charles, Mustard Cookie, the Phantom Blue, such as for the Rogue Ford Cookie or the Rochefort Cookie, and two singing monsters like those big Yetis and wolves as well. And we're gonna be moving to the next one, the cards made by Moth Stuck in Time, which is absolutely for some kind of time pop, which represents for some kind of lollipop timer cookie. And another one was actually, I mean, this is actually for one thing as well. So we really don't know what it is, and I completely forget something. It was croissant cookie from the future as well. One anime, one thing as well. And there must be the curse for some sort of pouch, a cursed pouch. Another one wasn't going to be made for some sort of mods as well. There must be the characters from the unknown and from the pizza tower. I always get it for, by the way, that we just completely wanted to say. Another one was actually for some sort of cards from unknown and from anime, such as the Doragori, Perry the Prosataptor, the Subdora, Wagner, and the Exo Skull. Another one for some kind of Among Us characters could be for every imposters, as the imposters could be everything, including the Super Knife, the Montanari, and the Cloudfoe. There's Red Mongus, could be right over here, even for some kind of parasite black imposter, which is going to be killing anything as well, but I'm not pretty sure. These characters are from Among Us and mods from Friday Night Funkin'. So moving on to the another one, could be a little bit nice or not, which means it's feature a Pokemon character and another one could be the anime like this thing as hell. It features 2 cookies between for the Lotus Dragon cookie and Prune Juice cookie. And last 2 more to go, which is absolutely from the Pizza Tower as well, which means that features Peppino, the Noise, Stardust cookie. There's the Ice Bird and the Potion. Another Peppino was actually for this thing as well. The actual Peppino is actually this thing as well. I'm not pretty sure that Peppino was being chased by an outlet. And probably the small shot Unhinged Dave was actually the corrupted one. The army of this thing could be right over here on to the right. And onto the bottom like this is the Viligenshi, or like this thing as well. This is a boss from the Pizza Tower. And finally, the last one could be for right itself with this one as well. Even between as the Cross Saint, Adet as well, the Mustard Tom, Vagabond Matt, even for the Cross Saint Rolled, and finally Sunny Mom 11. That must be the entire all of the characters and everything itself, but probably that the rules that we're going to be getting a little bit for this thing as well. So next one is for the elements and templates, which is actually going to be for around here is the heart, hand, brain, swirlwind, or the crown for the win. Next it was going to be for some sort of doors, or not shouldn't be able to be like this thing as well. So this is going to be the doors, or the secondary doors, could be even as possible. So this is the doors. The secondary doors go to the shift as well. So even that is the updated version like this. I cannot believe it that was just going to be shown around here. There are effects, including backgrounds, and that is all the entire comic studio that it is as well. Because of this idea was created by Silver Velvet, card credits and their folders from many even other kinds of usernames for itself. And thankfully that should be the end of this video for pretty much. Before we're gonna be end of this video, but I definitely don't know how to play for this thing for a little bit pretty long time as well. So let's just keep things a little bit packed in as well. And I'm not pretty sure we can't able to be starting the game for such as a little bit for this thing as well. We completely added for the OC cookie, Rye cookie, Peppino, Prune Juice cookie, Kirby, and the Lollipop cookie. Thankfully that might go on to be the end of this video, and I wouldn't believe that was actually for some sort of for an unknown thing. The reference wasn't gonna be actually like the same thing as one thing, and could be able to be say and that was actually the end of this video. The link is gonna be in the description down below. And eventually, they probably look like Pokemon cards whatsoever that I just thinking about here for this thing as well. We're not able to be supposed to be adding for Syrupes like themselves. I wouldn't believe this is actually going to be even ridiculous. But absolutely playing for having a little bit fun of this game, that wasn't going to be for real. This is actually for one purpose, that I wouldn't be able to be trying for this thing as a little bit for a long time as well. In the history of those games that we probably added was the drafts. I wasn't able to be added a little bit more, and it was probably feeling hard for me as well, and I wouldn't be satisfied as well to get things even more seriously. So I have enough a little bit for this game, and this isn't gonna be a real game anyways. So don't forget the link is gonna be in the description down below. including the main website that you might want to be browse some comics as literally as possible by avoiding ad pop-ups as well. Thanks for watching, for your support, and I'm gonna be signing off, and we'll might be able to be see you next time. Like anyways, that way I just try to say as well. So probably thanks again that I just already said, and have a nice day.